We didn't go live with it.
Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Happy Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Habari Live, Wednesday night edition. And today we're going to dive into the topics that often doesn't get discussed enough or enough attention. Still, it affects millions of families across the United States, which is a child welfare system and the serious funding and structural challenges that it faces. We're also going to talk about Texas Republicans have just passed, man, that gerrymandered congressional map requested by Trump. The redrawn map, fiercely opposed by Democrats, now moves to state Senate, where it's expected to pass quickly. The Republican-controlled Texas House on Wednesday approved the redrawn congressional map requested by Donald Trump and fiercely, like I said, opposed by Democrats who led a weeks-long protest to stall the effort that kicked off with redistricting arms race between red and blue states, man. With the House approval, the measure next goes to the state Senate, where it's expected to pass possibly as soon as Thursday. So before its passage, though, Democrat state representative filed a series of amendments to the bill, which were voted down, but used the process to raise objections to taking up redistricting before flood relief. To House rules would require a police escort when leaving the chamber and to the proposal itself. So, man, Democrats, you know, they got out of town, they ran out of town. They did everything they could, but they knew in the end that they was going to lose this. Republicans have too much power in Texas somehow, a state that's very diverse, but somehow the Republicans, they run everything in Texas. So there was nothing that they really could do. But we're going to talk more about that, man. But first, it's been a lot of crazy cases, man, involving kids and DCFS dropping the ball on what's going on with these kids. And we just want to talk more about that today because, no, it's concerning. And a lot of people are worried about what's going on with the DCFS. I know throughout my life, I've seen a lot of people just knowing people here and there that's worked for them. They're always working a lot of hours. They're overworked, and they don't have a lot of people that's helping. They're always talking about the funding. So we want to discuss it a little bit more about what DCFS is saying and what they're talking about. And like I said, we are also going to get into the Texas Republicans cheating to try to get 5 more seats in the Republican districting in Texas. Cheating, man. What happened? Cheating. So we're going to talk about that some more, man, because it's concerning. It's concerning, man, what these people will do to win and to redistrict in the middle. No, we don't speak Swahili, homie, but definitely it is a Swahili term. We just, wanted to pay homage to the Carib, to the motherland, and name the company after something that was Swahili. So that was just the mission. So agencies like the DCFS, man, and Arizona's DCS are meant to protect vulnerable children. However, they are often overwhelmed, underfunded, and unable to respond effectively. And tragically, that failure has led to children losing their lives. And it's been a problem, man, that we really, really, really need to fix here in Arizona. It's concerning. Like I said, it's an overburdened system and workforce with a lot of challenges.
For sure. So let's go ahead and start with the reality here. Child protection agencies are overburdened. They get flooded with reports, some legitimate and some not. And they simply just don't have the staff or the resources to handle every single complaint that receive.
Yeah, it's tough. You have um a lot of kids, and you do not have a lot of people that's working there. So I don't know how politics get into this, and these kids can't get a lot of money. It's crazy. I don't understand why they can't get funding. I mean, it's for the kids. I mean, this is a Republican ran state pretty much, and they can't figure out how to get funding to these kids for these kids won't get left behind. And when workers are handling 20, 30, even 40 cases at once, things slip through the cracks, I'm sorry. That's why we saw in the heartbreaking case of 10-year-old Rebecca Baptiste here in Arizona, which made me want to, talk about this. Because man, it's sad, man. You don't want a 10-year-old girl going through these situations, and they're steady going through the system and no one's saving them. And that's just sad.
Exactly. And I mean, Rebecca, she lived off the grid with her father and his girlfriend. And she suffered horrific abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. Her school, Empower College Prep, reportedly contacted the Department of Child Safety Services multiple times with their concerns. But DCS said that only one report met the criteria for investigation.
Mm,
And by the time the system responded, it was too late. Rebecca died.
mm.
And now her father and his girlfriend face murder and child abuse charges.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's hard to discuss. It's just something that you don't want to even talk about, really. It's just a tough situation. Um, it just shows the many cracks in this system, and something has to be done. But somehow, some way, DCFS is getting less and less funding
Mm-hmm.
every year. Somehow they're getting less and less money, and these workers, they have to work more and more cases.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. The system is broken, and we have to figure out how to help, because if we don't, we're gonna have more kids falling through the cracks. And what kind of system is that?
Right.
Schools can raise alarms, but if agencies don't have the staff or the flexibility to follow up, children will remain in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the main problem. Funding and flexibility and lack of family-centered approach is really what's hurting this situation.
You're absolutely right. Funding does play a big role in these failures. Federal dollars are often tied to foster care placements instead of prevention and support services.
Hmm.
That leaves families without resources until situations escalate to a crisis.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Another case that I can think about is a Arizona case that underscores this problem. Is 11-year-old Chaska Davis,
Mhm.
and he and his younger brother suffered years of abuse at the hands of their grandmother and her husband. Multiple reports allegedly says were made to DCS, but they were ignored and mishandled, and Chaska didn't survive.
Yep.
Now, the first case, it is allegedly. They haven't went into court, so we don't know for sure how it's going to end up.
With
But
Rebecca's
this
case.
right now is what is being reported. So we're just bringing that to you to make sure you know.
For sure, for sure. But a $60 million claim has been filed on behalf of his brother, alleging that the state failed to act on clear warning signs. Again, the system had opportunities to intervene, but again, they lacked the ability or will to prioritize prevention and protection.
It's tough, man. There's it's insufficient supportive services and a lot of inequities, a lot of things that's not working as good as it should. It's a problem, and we have so many kids in the foster system. We don't have enough foster care parents that's going to take these kids in. So all these kids are falling through the cracks, man.
Mhm.
And these kids, they fall through the cracks. We all of us hollering we don't want crime, But what are these kids going to do?
Exactly.
We already know they're going to go down the wrong way. These kids usually are lost, and then they get lost in the system, in the streets.
Mhm.
Then they start getting into things they shouldn't get into, but that's the way it happens.
Right, which leads back to insufficient supportive services and its inequities. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how does this particular part play a role?
Mm-hmm. Could you make sure our sound is on sound check? Yeah, it's just put your mouse over the circle. Your mouse over the circle. Yeah, so we're good. Yeah, so another piece of this is the lack of supportive services. Families struggling with addiction, housing insecurity, or poverty often don't get the help they need until child welfare gets involved, and sometimes by then it's too late.
Right, exactly. And we see this with cases like 2-year-old girl, like the 2-year-old girl who died in a hot car in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Her father has been charged with murder and child abuse. Or the 6-week-old baby that was beaten by his father just because he wouldn't stop crying.
Mm.
These aren't just bad parents stories. These are red flags about families under stress without enough access to support systems like affordable childcare, mental health treatment, and or parental education.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you, George. I have to disagree with you. These like two, three of the situations she just rolled off. It was the father that was doing the abuse. When it comes to the so called allegedly in the first case, it was the father and the mother, both parents in the home. They're both abusing them supposedly,
The father and the girlfriend.
right? And the girlfriend, not the mother, the girlfriend. So we we don't know what's going on in these situations, but only thing we know for sure, it's not an easy answer to these things. I know everyone likes to think it's going to be an easy answer, but it's not. It's definitely a very tough situations when it comes to these kids. You don't always know who's the good guy or bad guy, what's going on. So it's hard for kids to communicate what's happening. So there's a lot of things that go on, man, and we have to look at the warning signs. But it's difficult. So and then with, like I said, with these caseloads that these caseworkers are getting, it's almost impossible. And let's not forget families of color are disproportionately represented in child welfare cases, unfortunately. Systemic bias often means African American families are investigated and disrupted at a higher rates than white families, even circumstances are similar. That's why I say it's a tough situation. And then you start pointing at, oh, it's only the fathers out, all of the fathers. And then it's start racism start leaking in. Your bias start coming in, and then you're messing with every black family, and you're
Mhm.
missing out on the families for people who really need problems because you focus on the wrong things.
And that leads back to the funding problems and policy solutions. At the root, we have this funding and priorities issue, but child protection agencies are way underfunded. Safety net programs like Medicaid and SNAP and SNAP are often being cut,
TA. Mm-hmm.
and that directly destabilizes families who are already vulnerable.
Yeah, man. So I mean, you have, like she said, companies trying to do the best they can for the people, but they're overworked, they're overstressed. What do you do? What can you do? Advocates say we need to rethink the whole structure, invest in prevention, things like housing support, substance abuse treatment, and mental health care, higher pay, and train caseworkers so they stay in the field. Give states more flexibility to fund family centered programs instead of just removing children from the homes.
Mhm.
Sometimes just removing them from the home is a bad idea. Sometimes it's good, but it's a roll of the dice. So it's a tough situation. It's just tough. That's why these kids stay in these situations, because they're hoping that the parents are going to do the best for them, but that's not always the right answer. So you got to have mental health people talking to these people. You got to have the right people communicating to them to try to figure out what's going on with them, because it's so tough to try to figure out someone's mind state because they lie to you. They're not telling you how they really feel. And these kids, like I said, they don't know how to communicate what's going on. So it's tough.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And importantly, invest early. Studies show that prevention saves money in the long run. Foster care and court cases are really expensive. Although they're helping families up front, it's both humane and cost effective.
Hmm. Yeah, man. What it can say to deal with racism in America, we need to focus on the past, redlining, ability to get a business loan, ability to buy a house. Yeah, those things definitely can help to get things in more of a even playing field when most black loans are rejected at a very very high rate. I don't know, I don't remember the exact number, but it's definitely a high rate. Those things need to change. Or hey, come with our own banks where we can get our own loans instead of hoping that we're going to get something from someone else. Because unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to change. All these years hasn't changed. So we have to think of things to get done ourselves, man. That's the way. Yeah, yeah, man. I would like that. To rebuild some of the neighborhoods, to put together better schools in the neighborhoods. Jobs is the best way to fix a town or a city that's on the way down. The best way to get there is economically putting jobs in for the people that can get to work, putting in good schools for the kids, have a good education, and they can figure out a path away from these places, and they can help to build for the next generation. So that's what you have to do. You have to build within your own neighborhood, within your own community, and figure out the best way that you can move forward as a people. Because no one's going to hand us or give us anything. We all know that, and we have to figure those things out for ourselves. But yes, I agree with you, brother. So we had the Rebecca Baptiste case, the Chaska David case, a 2-year-old left in a hot car, a newborn beaten to death. These aren't just headlines. These are children's whose lives were cut short because of a system meant to protect them was overburdened and underfunded.
And let's not and as we and and that should move us all, basically.
Hmm.
If I can get my words out, I'm sorry. We need to demand change. Families shouldn't have to collapse before they receive the help they need. And no child should have to die because a report got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, man, it's very tough. Um, no one wants to see kids get lost. We don't care. You don't care what color the people the kids are, man. None of that should matter in a situation like this. All kids' lives should be important, and we have to figure out a way to save these kids. I mean, it's just weird to see so many kids disappearing, and the government not doing anything to try to save what's going on in these homes. I mean, we want to hear from you. Have you worked in child welfare? Have you had personal experiences with DCS or DCFS? Share your stories with us. These conversations only create change if we make them visible.
Man. And remember, the children caught in this system, they don't get to choose. It's on all of us to push for better policies, better funding, and a real commitment to prevention.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's up to us, and we we understand. You all understand how important kids are. We all understand that, man. Everybody wants our kids to be safe. No one wants kids to be in positions or predicaments where they can't speak for themselves, and they're being abused. No one's doing anything about it. Everyone sees all the signs, but no one does anything to stop it. And that's just tough. It's the answer isn't always taking the kid out of the home, but sometimes it's the best situation. She act like she gotta pee. So I don't know what to say about that, or what to do about those things, but let me know what you think could help to fix the system, DCFS, DCS, and the things that they're going through right now with so many kids being falling through the cracks and being left behind. So that's it for that story, though. We hope to give you guys more and to figure out um, what else can be done. And Eakin says, I've worked 13 years and retired as a captain in DLC. I saw the end. The end needs to be changed. Yes, yes, definitely. Didn't the U.S. misplace 50K children from the? Yeah, I don't know about that. C4 Wolves, 50,000 children from the border. Yeah, that's a lot. Definitely, working together is definitely going to be the number one way to get things done. We have to figure it out together. You can't do it separately. It has to be together, and it takes a community that cares about each other. It takes neighbors that seeing what's going on and to say something. Now sometimes the right people just look away. The right people that I don't want to get my uncle or my family in trouble. I don't want to do anything to dismiss my family or break up my family. So I'm gonna try to keep this a secret. You That's not the route to go. It hurts sometimes, man, but family is sometimes do the wrong things and they have to pay the price. You can't just let them slide for what they're doing. Love you too, brother. Love you too, brother. Yeah, man. You have to figure out the best ways to love your people, man, because it's if you're not paying attention, Mandy, what happens? So next, we want to talk about the big story today, man. Texas Republicans have given initial approval to new maps that would create up to 5 more winnable congressional seats for the GOP. So it's a tough deal. It's something that California is likely prompt to make a move because of Democratic controlled state legislature there this week approved to a new House map creating 5 new Democratic leaning districts. Unlike in Texas, the California map would require approval by voters in November before it becomes official. So California has voting. Texas just does what they want to. They don't care what the people say. They don't care. They just do what they want. So that's tough. They're just gonna draw new maps and do whatever they want. This is supposed to be America. I don't understand what we're about here, man. We got people and it's supposed to be every 10 years. They just cheating, doing whatever they want to do, man. And it's insane. But at least California gives their people the option to vote. So California could lose this. And with that loss, Texas would pick up 5 seats, and if Republicans can keep it that way, they will try to keep off Democrats from winning because I think it's only a 3-seat difference right now. So it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal, and I thanks, brother. Definitely make sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate you, Eakin. Is it Eichen? I don't know, but we appreciate you, brother. Texas Democrats, they came back after a 2-week walkout, and now they say the real fights in court. One lawmaker is literally camping out inside the chamber after refusing a police escort. Meanwhile, California drops a mid-decade map that could swing to 5 House seats tonight. What's happening? What's legal, and what it means for you?
I don't know where we're at.
Mm. So Texas redistricting, we had to come home for the legal battle. Representative Mahila Pliza said, um, "It's it's just crazy, man. Um, where so quick timeline. Dens broke quorum for 2 weeks to stall GOP maps. They returned Monday. GOP leadership imposed rules requiring returning Democrats to stay in the Capitol or be shadowed by DPS escorts ahead of the next session, which is crazy."
Yeah, that is crazy. Also this week, Representative Nicole Collier refused the escort. She stayed on the House floor overnight. She live streamed different parts and called the requirement unconstitutional confinement.
Mm,
Police later allowed movement to her office,
wow.
and Governor Greg Abbott had already kicked off a second special session. Republicans have the votes to pass their maps, and now the Democrats are physically present.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
They've
I don't.
passed them.
Yeah, they
They
passed.
passed
It's
them.
passed. So I mean, we wrote this last night before it did pass, but it's a mess, man. So it's going on right now. Um, I don't know what to really do about this situation. This is so much cheating, so much cheating. It's just hard to understand that Trump can just say, "Hey, draw me new maps."
Right.
And the crazy part is,
They went for it.
if Democrats was to do something like this, could you imagine what Fox News and everything else would be saying?
Right.
It would be, they would be up in arms, mad. The new congressional plan that they're putting in place would likely, like I said, add 5 GOP seats if trends hold, according to multiple outlets tracking the draft maps and political math. That's what they're passing up to the
Mm-hmm.
Senate right now. The DOJ flagged several coalition districts that combine Black and Latino voters. The new Texas proposal dismantles some of those configurations, with the state arguing they're not required under federal law. It's crazy. Critics say the plan dilutes minority power voting, especially in urban regions, Austin, Houston. One analyst said Austin's Latino representation would be hit very, very hard.
Yep. And before and after the map animations, two of the key districts, which were Austin and Houston, they're calling out precinct swaps, partisan lean shift, racial composition estimates.
Mm.
And it's just crazy how they've been allowed to basically just wipe out the seats for these districts.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get, man. It's hard to understand all the cheating that's going on. What you say, you could try 79. The left needs to stand together on getting the tax code right. Working class should have gotten all the tax cuts. I mean, we shouldn't have gotten hosed on Medicare and Medicaid, and then the pump fake with the no tax on tips, which is garbage. Then he gives tax breaks to his homeboys, going to add trillions to the deficit in the next decade. So I don't know, man. Yeah, Marvin died. Both parties gerrymander, but we also know that one gerrymanders worse than the other. So also, we also know that Republicans just decided to set up the districts in the middle of the decade when that's not when you do it, and just being like, oh, well, they do it too when it's not even time to draw the maps. It's crazy. It's supposed to be at the end of the decade, not in the middle. And then for them to cheat and then everybody just say, well, they do it too. Nah, that's not fair, because the cheating starts when you says, I am going to start in the middle of the damn decade. Like that's not when the maps are supposed to be drawn. And they just decide to do whatever they want because Trump says so. So it's going to go into the legal battlefield. What law can actually save Democrats right now? Representative Mahila, please told Morning Edition we had to come home for the legal battle. saying their experts warned of a tight filing deadlines. She also argued the maps are racially gerrymandered. We all know that. And what can we do?
Yep. But what would the case actually look like?
What a clown comeback.
Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act lets voters sue over vote dilution. But the Fifth Circuit, which covers Texas, narrowed coalition claims last year in an in bank ruling, Galveston County case, just so you guys know. Holding Section 2 doesn't protect combined minority group coalitions the way past precedent did. That makes some Texas claims harder if they rely on Black and Latino coalitions rather than a single protected group. Again, separate track. Louisiana's maps were just blocked by the Fifth Circuit for racial gerrymandering. A reminder that courts do strike down discriminatory maps, even in this circuit, depending on the facts. Different legal posture, but it signals risks for Texas if racial intent or effect is proven.
Yeah, man. It's tough.
Yeah, it is. And the Brennan Center tracker shows that Texas has multiple active suits post 2020, alleging that the Voting Rights Act and constitutional violations, except any new plan to be put in court within days. So the question is this a race case, or is this just a partisan gerrymandering, which is harder to beat after Rucha?
Yeah, man. And California's counter move, you have to fight fire with fire. While Texas moved right, California Democrats unveiled a mid-decade congressional map that analysts say could net Democrats up to 5 seats also. Framed as a counter to Texas/Trump aligned redistricting, the governor of California has set this forth, and it's unusual. California typically uses an independent commission, but Newsom is pushing a temporary plan amid a national fight. Opponents are mobilizing, and there will be hearings, litigations before 2030. It's man. They'll be fighting for a while on this one. The way it's looking. But they say Dems must fight fire with fire, man. And what else can we do when they're deciding to cheat in the middle of the decade?
Right.
So for 5 seats.
Right. For 5 seats.
Right.
And that's unusual. California typically uses an independent commission. But Newsom is pushing for a temporary plan amid a national fight. Opponents are mobilizing, and there'll be hearings and litigation, like you said, before 2030.
Right. Yeah.
But it's crazy what we're gonna watch next, right? The Texas House and the Senate floor votes in the second special session, which happened last night. We all saw what happened there. But immediate lawsuits are coming because challenging the Texas maps on the Voting Rights Act, Section 2, and equal protection grounds. Plaintiffs likely filed in Washington, D.C., Texas within days of the enactment.
It's tough, man. So I mean, you got to keep your eyes on this. We already see that, like I said, it's going to go to the Texas Senate, and they vote in a second special session. Late night amendments and last minute tweaks will go on to the bill. Immediate lawsuits will be going into place challenging Texas maps on VRA and equal protection grounds. Plaintiffs likely filed in WD, Texas within days of enactment. Like you said, I guess we're reading the same things. But we'll keep talking about this, man. This is a knife edge fight. Texas Republicans are betting that demographic complexity and new Fifth Circuit limits on coalition claims shield their map. But courts just slapped down Louisiana's. So if plaintiffs show racial intent or effect, Texas could lose. And their lines are definitely racially based.
Right. Yep. You're exactly right. And California's gambit is both message and math. If Texas can do mid-decade maps, we can too. Plia's line, we had to come home for the legal battle, signals that Dems are shifting from parliamentary tactics straight to the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
So drop your district in the chat in the comment section. Did your lines change during last cycle? Would this new Texas plan split your community?
If you're in Texas,
If you're in Texas,
right?
that is.
But yeah, man, it's tough, dude. You got these people cheating because they feel as though the policies that they have put in place aren't working.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't working because people are pissed. They're coming to the town halls and they're yelling, they're screaming about them cutting their Medicaid,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to hear it. And America is upset at the way that they are treating these people who are just going to work, trying to do their job. Yeah, man, it is tough. I agree with you 100%. There's no way. It's you always try to think better of your country, but man, these last 10 years, man, has been rough going, man. When you see how a fellow Americans treat each other, we it's bad, man. You got people clapping as little kids get wrapped up and sent back home. They're kicking all type people out who just trying to do what they can to survive, man. So I don't like what's going on today. You see a lot of people coming up to people saying racist things, kicking, oh, we're gonna call ICE. Like people use this as a way to prop up their racism. It makes them feel good. So they're running up on people, man, just doing it all because it's blatant. It's in the open. And then Texas, the way they're drawing these districts is openly racist, taking out black and Latino voters left and right. They don't get an opportunity to pick the people that they want in power. They have to go with whatever Republicans want because they get to draw the maps anytime they want to because they are in power. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know what can we do but do the same things. You hope that California is able to get these 5 seats, but it's like I said, it's not guaranteed because they have to go to a vote. The Fifth Circuit's recent strike down of Louisiana maps and their racial gerrymandering not a marriage ruling on Texas' new plan because we have seen other maps be upheld that we thought was racist and the Supreme Court upheld them.
In
They
South Carolina, for example.
Exactly. They have struck down several maps saying that they were too racist, and most of them across the South because the South, like I say all the time, man, you watch anything with history, you see Reconstruction, how many black people were able to get into office, how many black people were in office, and after the Jim Crow laws were put in place, no black people. And it hasn't been a black governor across the South yet. It's 100 years. We're going 125 years, 140 years we're going on. And it's still no one in power down there that looks like me. Even though they have a large part of the population down there, man. Large. It put you in the hood. Did they move you from where you were from into a different place, or they put you in a district that had hood people in it? Yeah, man. I know that California has done some gerrymandering. Yeah, definitely. Um, that's
Oh, there goes Shane. Welcome back.
6 likes. Yeah, man. All right, peace out, bro. Texas Democrats, they are suing Republicans for locking her in the Capitol. Nicole Collier was told that she was not free to leave the building after refusing to sign a permission slip requiring a 24-hour police escort. Craziness, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. She it's what they're doing is just, man, insane, dude. I don't understand what they're doing down there in Texas, but They can do this. It's going to backfire. It's going to backfire. We saw this week. Let's go ahead and do the news rundown that you
Yeah.
have.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by...
All right.
No one, but if you would like to sponsor us, please email us at info@habarientertainment.com. This week, going back to our initial topic today, court records did reveal warning signs in the pregnant teen's murder while she was in DCFS custody.
Oh man.
Court records indicate that 16-year-old Zaria died. She was pregnant and under Department of Child Safety supervision. Had repeatedly expressed fear to both a caseworker and a roommate in the lead up to her murder. The documents suggest critical red flags were missed, prompting serious questions about the agency's oversight. Her foster parent, Anika Robinson, remarked, "I think everyone involved could have done more."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's tough, dude. Sad situation with 16, right? 16-year-old girl in the system, and the system's supposed to be there to protect her. And, she fell through the cracks in the DCFS again. The girl, everyone knows that she was messing with this older guy. And they didn't do anything to save her, supposedly. He's the alleged killer until he's convicted. But
The child's father.
Yeah, the child's father. It was a case going on here in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's he supposedly drew her out to a park, and another gentleman that she was supposedly seeing helped to kill her. So two gentlemen and a 16-year-old girl, alleged murder, and the victims, the suspects have been picked up. But just a sad case, man, of you seeing the system just not working, man. And these kids still walking around free, and there are people who prey on kids like that. They're coming after kids like that because no one cares about them, and the system don't care. Just when you're in these foster cares and these other places, you're just a number.
It is.
They don't really care what's going on with you.
They don't.
So that's pretty sad, man. And we're gonna keep you guys updated with this case. And it's just like I said, another failure by DCFS.
Yep.
It's just nothing but bad coming from them lately.
It is. But some good news is coming out of this, because an Arizona panel is going to recommend statewide policies for sex offenders. Arizona has formed its first sex offender management board, which is backed by new legislation. The 25-member panel, which includes law enforcement, psychologists, and victims' rights advocates, will develop a comprehensive statewide standard covering sentencing, treatment, supervision, and rehabilitation for both juvenile and adult offenders.
Mm-hmm.
The initiative aims to enhance transparency and preventative measures.
Yeah, man. So sad. Just like Iken said, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. We just talk about the things that matter to you in this community. We're here every Wednesday night at 6:00. And, we're just going to discuss the news that matter. And
Saturdays at 11.
And Saturdays at 11 also. Go ahead to the next story.
Yeah, for sure. The Trump administration revoked the security clearances for 37 different government officials this week.
Oh, my goodness.
As of August 19th, the Trump administration rescinded security clearances for 37 current and former national security officials. The memo, signed by the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, cited politicization, intelligence mishandling, and perceived professional fallings. Though no detailed evidence was provided, critics are questioning the constitutionality and political motivations behind the decision. It's just crazy because among some of those on that list
Hmm.
happen to be people who assessed the Russian incident back in
Oh,
2016.
it's all retaliation and revenge with Trump nowadays. He wants to get at everybody who did their job and just doing what they were told to do. He wants to get at them. It's been nothing but evil since he came into office. And to hear him the other day talking about, I want to try to get into heaven. You're not going to heaven if there is one. You're
Right.
going under the hell, super burning, because you've been nothing but a POS person. Ever since you came down those elevator stairs, it's been horrid. All you've done is pick on those that are less than you, pick on those that are weaker than you, and kiss the butts of dictators.
Yep.
It's been just disgusting.
It
And
is.
you people that's with it, you need prayer. You need
Mhm.
somebody to look out for you, man. Because man, this dude is filthy. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do, and they've always had clearances to a certain degree, matter what height they've gotten in the government. So that's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. But moving on. The FDA has warned us this week not to eat possibly radioactive shrimp
Shrimp, radioactive shrimp from Walmart.
from Walmart. The FDA issued an urgent advisory against consuming the great value frozen raw shrimp sold at Walmart in
Mm.
13 states, including Arizona, due to contamination with radioactive cesium 137.
Ugh.
While detected levels fall below intervention thresholds, ongoing exposure poses elevated cancer risks.
Oof.
A recall is currently in effect, and imports have been halted, and consumers are urged to discard any affected products. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure that most people use the shrimp when they purchase it, like within a few days of purchasing
I
it.
hope.
So
You better hope
check
not.
your refrigerators, check your freezers, make sure you don't have any great value brand raw frozen shrimp out there in your freezers.
Whew, yeah, that's scary, man. Those are the type things. It's just freaky, man. It's tough. These
Scrimps.
these communities, these companies are cutting corners, doing things that hurts the consumer, and we're the ones that get hurt, and we have no protections. And they at least they have put this out. Hopefully, no one has ingested this stuff. But man, that's scary. That's scary stuff, man. Radioactive. It sounds like a movie.
Right. Radioactive
Radioactive
shrimp.
giant shrimp attacking the town. You know what I mean? Like it just sounds like a movie, man. It is not good, man. And
Not good at all.
I think that happened in the Hulk where they had it in the soda, radioactive stuff in the soda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they was drinking that soda, and people with, and I think it killed Stan Lee because he drank one and it murked him.
Yep.
So
In one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
movies.
he was in the refrigerator, and that was the first Hulk.
Hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, man, that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but let's talk little bit about Trump. I know we got a few minutes here, but let's go into what Trump said this week. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Trump has criticized the Smithsonian.
Oh,
He emphasized that slavery really wasn't that bad.
no.
Yesterday, President Trump posted on Truth Social sharply criticizing the Smithsonian Institution for its portrayal of American history, accusing it of obsessively highlighting the horrors of slavery while ignoring the country's successes, brightness, and its future. He
Mm.
declared the Smithsonian out of control and ordered his attorneys to review the museum's content.
Kevin, you have you been drinking today? I've been drinking a little bit, but you've been drinking a lot of it. If you think that boy is oh bone spurs, how the hell is he a war hero?
Right.
Get out of here, man. Anyway,
Not only did he order his attorneys to review museum content, he also wants to draw parallel. He drew parallels to his pressure campaign on universities.
Mm.
A former White House led review is already underway, targeting 8 Smithsonian museums. Trump's directive demands content to be revised within a 120-day window to remove divisive narratives and promote narratives of American exceptionalism.
Yeah, man. I mean, if he says it, that makes it true. I can't.
I mean, you know,
Oh man, yeah, man. I mean, I just can't believe that people get upset about history and want to change history. Like I for real don't get it. There's history there's no ethnicity that doesn't have craziness in their history. Not one. From African tribes to Italians to Mexicans and the Aztecs, everybody got some crazy stuff that's happening in their country. Why the hell do these people think they have to look like they're the God and light of the world? That dude ain't ended nothing. Anyway, I just don't get it. We all have things in our history that's not great. Why do Americans act like they can't? That then these the same people that want to throw around Confederate flags. That's the part that I don't understand. If you want to forget slavery, why wouldn't you put up the flags of the losers? That is the part that kills me. They always, oh, let's forget this stuff. Why are we talking about this? We don't need to. We don't want to talk about it. But then at NASCAR, they all got 100,000 Confederate flags on the back of their car. They waving all hard. What? That doesn't make sense. If you want to forget slavery and you don't like how it sounds and how it feels, wouldn't you take the statues down? I mean, that's an easy win, right? No, they don't want to take the statues down. So what do you want us to do? It's very confusing. And it's like they just want to hear about, yes, everybody was slaves and they were holding hands walking through the park, and the masters and the slaves, they danced together and it was very fun. Is this the story that they want to make up? Because it seems like they just want to make up fairy tales.
Yeah, I saw a video this week
Dude,
on
M
TikTok.
Balls, you're not teaching me everybody knows that Democrats wanted to keep slaves. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that Abraham was a Republican. If you don't know that, you probably wouldn't be on a channel that discusses politics. Everybody knows that, bro. You Republicans repeat it so much. It's so dumb. But hey, keep saying it, man, while flying Confederate flags. Like it, y'all arguments are so dumb. You want Confederate statues, you want Confederate flags, but you want to remind everybody that you weren't the Confederates at one time, but you are now. So it doesn't matter what you used to be. No, you do. Trump, Republican, he wants to remove slavery from books. He thinks that it wasn't bad and it was some good. Let's talk about the good things of slavery. You know, and what is it? What's her name? Janine Michaels. I forget her name. Went on CNN and said that crazy shit
Janine
about.
Pirro?
No, it was Michael, the girl who was on the show that helped people lose weight and stuff back in the day. I forget her name. Whatever.
Oh, girl from Biggest Losers or whatever.
Yeah. She was on CNN, and she said only 2% of white people own slaves. So why do y'all make it a racial thing? Does it matter the percentage? I don't even believe that. They just probably picked a certain year, whatever. But does it matter?
Right.
Does it make a difference? How does that make it not bad? We have to go to war people was willing to die to keep it. How many people died to keep it? I mean, obviously it was a big deal. People was willing to die to try to keep people in bondage. If it wasn't a big deal and it was only 2%, then people wouldn't have died for it. it wouldn't have been a war. People would have just said, nah, let them go. What are we fighting for? We're not going to fight for this. But now people were willing to die, put their life on the line. Do you think I'm ready to put my life on the line to hold some other people in bondage? Are you crazy? What? No, I'm not doing that. But people was willing to do it. Go fight for the Confederacy. We knew what we was fighting for. State rights to own slaves. I don't care what percentage of the people it was. The fact that they was willing to die for it proved that they were a wild bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's putting it lightly. Very lightly. Because these are people who, the bottom of the barrel people, who thought that they were better than somebody else so much that they was willing to die for it. Nobody, I'm not dying for that. I will die for my freedom. I will die for the freedom of others. But I'm not dying to take someone's freedom away. But they were willing to, man. You can't make good. You can't make shine shit and make it shinola, as they say. You can't do it. Shit is gonna be shit. No matter how much you put the shinola on the shit, it's still gonna be shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can't put lipstick on a pig. They try their best to try to change these things and try to make it good. There's no good. I saw a little clip from the right wing PBS, and they said, you know how many countries own slaves? What? You know how many people murdered people? So when you murder me, that makes it okay? What are you talking about? Just because other people's had slaves, and then the cattle slavery, indentured servants, all these people were different kind of slavery. America created their own type slavery where people were born into slavery, something that wasn't done. So you can say whatever you want to say. Slavery was horrible. Jim Crow was second. So Trump and the Republican Party, you can't erase these things.
Right.
You could try your best to, but it's going to stay with you forever.
That's
then you just put up a statue the other day, Trump, of the shit. Mm-hmm. No, I was never. What the fuck? No, I wasn't a slave. What the fuck are you talking about? Did I say I was a slave? Are you ignorant? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy.
They so stupid. You weren't a slave. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? We're talking about, was slavery good or bad? I think that reading enough books and seeing enough pictures through history, we can see that it was bad.
In Texas, they had a book that's been they have a book in Texas called African Americans in the Colonies. And in this book, they basically talk about how what Trump is saying is how history is supposed to be looked at. Slavery's not that bad. We would have eventually earned our freedom in this book.
Oh my goodness.
It's how they portrayed
right, but
slavery.
400 years is a long time.
Right.
Santiago Salazar, I don't understand why you want to bring up stuff like that. Why does it even matter? Why does it even matter? We know that slavery is all around the world, and we know how that some people in Africa, some groups, would conquer other
that
groups
happened 150 years
and sell
ago.
those groups to other people. We know that. Everybody knows that.
No, slavery ended 150 years ago. It didn't just happen 150 years ago.
No, it ended, right, definitely. It ended longer than that. But the reason why we're talking about it is your boy Trump brought it up. That's why.
Right.
He brought it up, and he said that he doesn't want the museums making white people look bad, and he needs to make slavery look less evil. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't like how evil it looks. That's what we're talking about. We didn't bring this up. He did.
Yep.
He's want to fight the museums. He's telling the museums what history they get to tell. While Republicans holler, small government. They go in and control everything. This dude is in schools. He's telling schools what to do. Mm-hmm. He's telling companies what to do. He's trying to buy intel. Like, when did America get in the business of running companies? That's what he's trying to do. So he can put the money in his pocket.
And go golfing.
We already seen that he has $100 million in bonds that he's been invested since he's been in office already. Already, look it up.
He taking your money and
Putting all
this
his money in his pocket, buying bonds. This dude is really, really enriching himself. And you idiots are too dumb to see it. It's ridiculous. We're not talking about reparations, man. We're talking about slavery. We know reparations. We talk about this on this show all the time, man. We're not worried about reparations. We know that you people hate us so much you're willing to die to not see us get anything. Reparations should have happened years ago. It didn't. So it's going to be tough to make it happen today. You're not going to do what's right. We understand that. You did the right thing for the Japanese internment camps. You did the right thing for the Jews. When it come to us, it's never going to be right. And then you want to holler and scream, oh, ain't no racism. But anytime anything comes with black people, you can't figure it out. You can't do it. You can't figure out reparations. You can't figure out anything. We don't want your reparations. We don't want shit from you motherfuckers. And I say it all the time. We want to do it ourselves, fix our shit ourselves. Fuck y'all. Want your fucking money.
Get rid of slavery in the history books. What's the problem?
You can't get rid of it because y'all want to put up statues of Confederate soldiers. So what you going to tell people they was fighting for?
Right.
What were they fighting about? We already know what they was
the
fighting
white
about.
Side of history.
Fuck out of here, man.
Right. But reactions have been very intense with Trump's statements. CNN host Abby Phillip delivered an emotional rebuttal, calling Trump's remarks an attempt to erase uncomfortable truths and emphasizing that confronting the brutal legacy of slavery is essential to historical integrity.
Oh my God. Lolly, you must want reparations because you keep bringing it up. I just told you we don't give a fuck about your reparations. I don't want shit from you motherfuckers for y'all can ever say a dollar was ever handed to me. Ever. I don't want nothing from you.
What was done for the Japanese and the Jews? They got reparations.
They got money. What are you talking about? They got money for the shit that happened to them. We gave the Japanese money. Jews got money from America, even though we didn't even do the shit.
Exactly.
So it's crazy. But that's the way it works in this country. It's fine. It's fine. We don't need money from you. Because the only thing you would be doing is saying, look at all the money that we gave them. Fuck y'all. We don't want your fucking money. We'll build our own shit. That's the way it's going to be. It's never going to be something that's going to be handed to you. They always talk about blacks want handouts. Now, I wouldn't want your hand close to me. Fuck you. Want your fucking handouts. I don't want shit from you. While you're living on welfare, living in a fucking trailer, but you can look down on somebody else. Nah, man, I'm good. I don't want nothing to do with that. Reparations has nothing to do with me. And I would never be on EBT or Section 8 or anything like that, Miss Kiffy. Never. Ever. I wouldn't want anything from this government. Not ever. I go and I work for mine. Now, how many towns have we seen of people in Kentucky getting all disability? Everybody on disability. Then looking down on people on Section 8 when they didn't went to a fake doctor and got themselves a disability check. What's the difference? You're still getting paid by the government. You can't look down on no one. You can't look down on people because they on Section 8 and you're the one taking disability and you're 25. Like it's no difference. But we don't want handouts here, man. And we don't care about reparations on Habari. Because that's not the answer to the problems, and I wouldn't want to take it from you, because I know what y'all gonna say. I wouldn't want it. That's me. So other people think that it should be paid. I think fuck y'all. You know what I mean? For real. Because one only thing you're gonna hear is, oh, you have to take your handouts from the government. That's all you're gonna hear. I build mine my own. That's how you do it. You build your company from scratch. It's like I'm building Habari from scratch. Ain't nobody giving me shit. I got to pay for everything. My studio, my everything. I got to pay for it. Ain't nobody handing me a goddamn thing. So, nah, man. We don't want reparations. We just want respect. That's it. Respect me for what I bring to the damn table. Respect me for my intelligence. Respect. That's all. Don't bunch me in with everybody else and call me everything else. I want to make my own mark. Judge me for me. And that's what people want. But we're not getting that. We're getting our history erased. That's all. People looking at us like we want something from them. We don't want nothing. Build the wall. Biden sells it pennies on the dollar. All right, man. So we appreciate everybody. Please hit the like button, man. We could talk about these things. We don't always have to agree, but we can always have discussions about where this country needs to go. We have a lot of people. That's fine. You don't have to respect me, man. That's great. Good. Who cares? You know, if you think I live my life for respect of people I don't know, that's fine. You don't have to respect me. I give respect. I respect people. So when in return, you want that same respect. But you don't have to respect me. But definitely know that I won't be giving you the same thing in return. You don't respect me, I won't respect you. That's fine. That is fine. What are you, a Crip? Is that why you spelling with 2 C's, Kiffy? You from the hood? You an idiot, dog. Get a job. All right, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We love the conversation. We love everybody that comes on and has a respectful conversation. We want to thank Iken for coming through and showing some love. We really respect you on that for today. And thanks for the love, man. And keep your eyes up, man. Keep your eyes open. Love thy neighbor. Care about thy people, man. Because like we were talking about earlier, these kids are hurt if we're not looking out for each other. We're supposed to care about each other, man. It's not supposed to be all the hate that we have going on now. But we appreciate you guys. Into Saturday morning, 11 a.m. sharp, we will be coming back live. Check us out then. And we'll see you guys until next time. I'm Damon Ellison. Peace.
Aisha.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week.